welcome back. All right, so you show up to work, you do your job, and you take home a paycheck. But could you be leaving thousands of dollars on the table? Money that you're entitled to, but you aren't claiming.
Well, money expert and keynote speaker Robyn Thompson is here to reveal the compensation we might be missing out on and how to reclaim it. Welcome back to the show, Robyn.
Thank you. This is so cool. Okay, I just want to be clear off the top. This is not about negotiating a raise or landing a promotion. You say this is all about small, often overlooked benefits and compensation boosts that we might be missing and leaving on the table. I want to know who is leaving money on the table.
Mel, everyone is leaving money on the table. Wow. Entrepreneurs, employees, people who are retired. Most people are sitting on significant assets that they've contributed of their own capital and only taking a fraction of the return that they deserve.
Whoa.
So if you think about that for a second.
No, you go.
Like if we think about your own 40 hours of work week that you're putting in and you're bringing the best part to yourself there, so your own investment. If you think about some questions, so questions would be like, are you taking all of your vacation time? Do you have any benefits that have expired? If you are retired, are you making sure that you're claiming all of your benefits? As an entrepreneur, are you writing off all of your deductions? So you have to make sure that you're doing all of those things. And if you're in the audience and you're a little cringeworthy right now, we've all been cringeworthy in this area. So we just have to move past it and maximize our returns.
So why don't people, I'm guilty of it. Right now, I know that I have some benefits when it comes to like massages, for example, which many people do. So grateful for it. Don't take advantage of it. So why are people like me? Why do we not take advantage of our compensations?
Okay, well, I think that the real answer to that is that most employees don't actually know. We haven't received a digestible agenda of what we actually are entitled to, right? We have these really long HR books. The onboarding process is fast. Emails go unreturned. And then there's the whole, now let's go on to the outdated systems and find the receipts and call HR. And it becomes a chore for most people. And they think, oh, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, it's not that big of a deal. But smart investors know they want to optimize all the pieces of their portfolio. They want to take money everywhere they can get it.
Because it all adds up at the end of the day, right?
At the end,
all right, so let's break down the biggest money blind spots, starting with vacation days. So how much are people actually leaving behind?
This one's going to blow your mind. It actually shocked me as well. So vacation days, in Canada, usually anywhere from 10 to 20 vacation days a year. On average, Canadian employees are leaving 4 days on the table. 4 days on the table. So if you're making $50,000 a year, 4 days of vacation, you're leaving $800 on the table. You're pretty much just giving back to your employer. But this is the blind spot. It's not even about the $800. Studies show that people who take vacation time can increase their performance by 80%. 80%. Yeah. All right.
I'm so
right. Yeah, and people that take 10 days or less, actually, like, their performance drops.
Wow.
Yeah. So take your vacation.
Take your vacation time. Take it. Okay, so we alluded to this off the top. Health benefits is probably a really big area. So what are we leaving on the table?
Massive. 30 to 50%. People are not claiming their benefits.
Wow.
So that's like having a diversified portfolio and only claiming half of it. And these are things like massage therapy, could be physiotherapy, could be well-being, mental well-being. So as an example, if your employer is saying, okay, you have $500 for massage and you're only taking $100, you're essentially just leaving $400 on the table just to be wasted. So again, smart people optimize, right? Like, I want you to have massages.
I do
I want you to have all of the
too.
benefits. So, and take your money, right?
Okay, now the big one, retirement matching. We hear about certain companies that offer free money when it comes to this, but why aren't people claiming it?
This is the number one biggest mistake that I see when it comes to people and their blind spots with money. And it's actually the clearest example of compounding interest that you will ever see. And most people, they just miss it. So here's what happens. The RSP matching, which is what most employers do for Canadians, they've got between a 5 and a 7% match, and usually that's between 50 and 100% match. So as an example, if you're making $50,000 a year, to keep it with our original example, and they were to match 6%. So $3,000 and $3,000, matching it into the pension plan it goes. So your employer is essentially saying, I am going to double your money immediately. That is 100% return before any growth in the market whatsoever. So the blind spot here is, you might be like, oh, I'm just gonna invest $1,500 and they'll match $1,500. Well, then you're leaving $1,500 on the table not $1,500 that you could put into your plan, and you're losing the tax-deferred compounding interest over periods of time.
Wow.
A lot of money.
Return,
A lot of
right?
money
Let's
on
take
the table,
100%
folks.
return, right?
Yeah.
All right, finally, Robyn, a lot of companies offer things like gym discounts, transit reimbursements, even discounts at certain stores. So what kind of money are we leaving on the table when it comes to those things?
Yeah, I mean, this is really a wellness benefit. It's here to say, let's help things make more affordable. Life's a little crazy right now. Can't we all use a bit of a break when it comes to our money, right? So if they're gonna give you $300 for a gym membership, take it. If they're gonna give you $600 for a transit pass, take it. Because all of these things are small incremental deposits that you have already earned. Your employer has already set this aside for you. So don't leave things on the table.
Okay, if we can do some quick math, let's take all these pieces of the puzzle that
Yeah.
we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Let's put them all together. What are we actually looking at that we're leaving on the table?
About $3,600 is what we're leaving on the table. But the blind spot is that that's $3,600 in today's dollar. Extrapolate that out, compounding in the market, and you could be losing tens of thousands of dollars because you're not paying attention to the immediate, small, consistent actions that's going to grow your wealth over longer periods of time.
Okay, so we only have about a minute left,
Yeah.
but what about entrepreneurs or small business owners who don't have traditional employee benefits? Are they missing out as well?
Oh my God, entrepreneurs, this is one of my favorite ones. So entrepreneurs actually get to design their own compensation package, their healthcare spending accounts, higher RSP limits, they can write off a lot of deductions. And what I see with entrepreneurs is that they artificially pay themselves a very small salary so they can save on taxes. And what they're doing by doing that is they don't allow themselves to make that massive contribution into their RSP, which is $32,500 for 2025, which means they now lose the compounding growth of that money over periods of time to save taxes. It doesn't work. And they can write off almost everything when it comes to their professional development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we gotta smarten up, Robyn, real quick. We gotta smarten up. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah, fascinating. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of calls to some professionals today, I have a feeling. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll be back right after this.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.